So have you painted that base?
So I painted the base at the beginning of the journey. It takes 15 to 20 minutes to dry. So we're now well upstream, in fact pointing a completely different direction. I'm reference to my drawing into this drawing. So I'm getting technically a wrong drawing, but it'll be like a whole of the harbour drawing, for want of a better word. Hi there, I am just about to move from sketches taken aboard the solar boat to producing a more finished painting. So I'm just looking at the cues that I recorded, and I can see as the boat was moving my viewpoint changed, and I can see that here I was beginning to sketch in the mass of trees just on the shore by Itchenor, and as I've moved down the river they've disappeared, gone back. So the pencil marks in there, but I've only recorded more distant shore here. This marker post here features quite a few times in my sketches, so I think we'll put one of those in. The sky on this one is particularly gentle and expressive, so I'm going to try and recreate that as opposed to starting it again. Lots of water for a watery scene. Very important to be wild and loose in the bottom layer. It just doesn't do to clamp up, and it's better, much better, to, in my opinion, to have it go wrong than to make it feel stiff in final rendering. So as you can see, I'm just sort of applying quite randomly. Well, not really, I'm following this drawing quite well, but I'm not over concerned with the mark gauge. I'd rather have it big and generous. If that makes any sense. Just going to go for something a bit odd now. I'm not sure if I'm doing the right thing. There we go. Right. Some green in the sky, which is kind of just weird, isn't it? Why would I do that? Keeping some of the brush marks in there. I want to keep some of the brush marks. And I've got another vital thing here is this big area of light here. I think I quite like this to pour down the page a bit, so I'll just ask the water to do some work for me there. Interesting, couldn't it? All right, I'm going to have to leave that now for some time while it goes off. And you'll notice I'm not going to attempt the ocean part of this, because if I do that, it'll blend wet in wet, and I want a dry edge. Right, here we go, horizon. So I'm trying to keep my horizon 1/3 off the bottom. I've got this darker bit on the sky to be showing So my horizon's about here. I've got to do this in one stroke really, and it's got to be straight. And I'm ready with some other colours to work into the wet marks. And I've got this patch of light here, trying to keep light. So I'm going to work this way and stop. Ooh, hang on a minute. Quick word myself. This is just water, just in case it goes too far. That's all I want there is this. So quick. Oh, I don't really like working this way. Let's try this way first and see what happens. There's my patch up here. Yeah, that's satisfying actually. Just straighten that one isn't out. So I've got to match that now here. Right, I've got some water. I don't think I need this water now. Actually, that's good, that's satisfying. Here's my crimson, which is going in to reflect the land. And I want this to run into the wet as much as possible. Here and here. Mess about with that like that. It's a bit not quite horizontal, that, which I don't like. Got this problem with horizons. I might have to just, there's so above that, I'm just going to obliterate above that. That's just water. There's some water. Take that out, just there. And maybe run it down like that. What's this? This brush is magenta. It's going to reinforce that horizon in one or two little places. I'll put some water, foul or something, reeds or something. Let that run in, right, dry. Next up, we've got a little bit of tree foliage and all horizontal marks because of the horizon thing, and I'm leaving a trace of high level lint on the water, so hopefully this will just, because I don't trust myself, I think I'll get it wrong. So this is clean edge tape, and stick over that to protect underwash. That's wonky, that's straighter. There we go. It's going to be fascinating. If this works, it's great. If it doesn't work, it's a disaster. Let's have a look at this. So from here, I've got banks coming in from the side. I'm just going to add water to that to make it more funky and groovy. Water. Water in there. Water in there. I love this when the brush breaks like this. I'm going to keep this if I can. And then this whole shoreline crosses over to the other side, and I've just added a bit of blue to the pigments. And then put some water in there so it's more nebulous. I like the fact that when you're on a misty day in the water, stuff goes in and out of focus. So I think you can replicate some of that. Just gonna do a skinny brush rigger I'll put a few little verticals in there to represent markers, sticks, all of these broken cedar fences sticking up in the middle of the channel. And of course the way down harbour, because you're at sea level practically here, you see channel marking, you see some close by. Right, let's quickly rip this off. I'm going to do another one. No. Too many brushes in my hand. Going to put another one, going to indicate slightly closer bank of grasses and weeds, and again it's kind of in and out really, this mark. I don't want it continuous or solid because it represents the way marsh grasses kind of protrude from the surface of the water. Right across the wet paint. Because we're closer to our subject here, these marks are bigger and bolder, and the half-drying underlying paint is going to take that in a nice abstracted kind of way. Let's just see what we got. And I'll put my piece of clean edge somewhere safe, and I might well use it again. That's good. Right, quickly then, I'm now going to get in and put some different features. So wet brush, water in one brush, and we're going to come even closer to the point of vision, point of reference here, and now we're getting much bigger marks. Like this. So I'm trying to make it broken and chopped. This is just water. I'm going to put another one in here. So, I love about these posts sticking up. It's mirror calm on the day. Beautiful. I get many days like that, but nonetheless, I'm going to try and keep hold of some of that sense. How the water sort of breaks up the reflection. Right, and the hills I've got to copy are here. This run of hills. So the nicest features of this little drawing. So I'm going to come in here now and try and get that breathless, that sense of distance, which I managed to achieve on my sketch. No idea if I'm going to be able to do that here. Remember quite what the trundle looks like. I know we've got some hills like this and some hills like this. Just a clump of trees on the horizon there. Right, so I'll do that without doing that, and then get me some water only. Over the tops of those so that they
do that tree-like thing of being partly see-through and partly solid. A few sticks. And then finally, I say finally, it won't be because I'll go on fiddling with it until I ruin it. But I want to get these little tiny features that get sticking out in the mud, which I've recorded all over my paintings in a subtle way. Whoa, little tiny kind of marks sticking up. And I'm going to put some foreground interest in here. Something sticking up. I'm really going to try just put some of these marks, almost accidental. I'm scared, I can't do seabird. I'm going to do a flock of seabirds just in the very distance here. Tiny little dots. Well, there we go. Definitely going to put that to bed now, on account of the fact that I'm going to trash it any minute.